If you are like me and only have a few good wild game recipes, this show is for you. You won't believe how great you can cook wild game. Hi, I'm Rich from the Wild Things Show, Cooking Wild Game. And I'm with Big Mac Sherman from the Outdoor Domain. And Mac was a chuck wagon chef for many years.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And the rumor is you're pretty good at it.
Well, I never got fired, but I had a lot of hungry people, so if they're hungry, if you're hungry, you do a pretty good job.
But that's a little bonus. When they're hungry, they don't complain much, do they?
Invite them to eat at 7 and feed them at 8, and everybody's happy because they're hungry.
Well, you know, I was asking around about you a little bit, and I got a lot of volunteers to come down here and try out the food.
Well, I noticed nobody volunteered to come help cook.
Yeah.
They're all ready to come try it, but nobody wants to come help cook.
So we're in the plains of Texas?
Yes, sir. South Plains.
South Plains of Texas. And what are we in this episode? What are we doing?
Well, a little bit of everything. We have a huge flyaway for the sandhill crane, and so I have a freezer full of sandhill crane, and they call it the ribeye of the skies. Well, that's a little bit of a stretch, but it is pretty good, pretty edible. So we're going to do a couple of different recipes with some sandhill crane. And you are in Texas, so we're going to cook some calf fries. Some people call them mountain oysters. For those that don't have a clue about what we're talking about bull testicles. We're going to cook some of those today too while we're in the kitchen.
That was my favorite prank on the Easters.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
When they come hunting, is feed them some oysters.
Yes, sir.
Oh, great. Well, okay, we'll let you get started here then, and we'll cook up some.
All right, sounds good. Well, I'm Mac Sherman in the South Plains of Texas. Little town Lockney is where I'm from. Well, we're here doing some filming on some sandhill crane and little calf fries, but while I have time, while I'm getting everything prepped, I always make up a little beer bread, and this is and I can't take credit for this. I have changed it just a bit, but I've kind of stole this off the internet. Such a simple recipe. It's simple. And this is a cup. And it is 3 cups of self-rising flour, 1/4 to a 1/2 cup of sugar, that's just to help it brown, and 1 beer. Now here's the secret to the bread. I've made it before and it just didn't work, and so what I've learned is to let that beer sit out and get to room temperature, air temperature before you add it to it, and that seems to keep the flour active and alive. And I warmed one up over here, got it up to room temperature, and this is very, very simple. That's all there is to it. There's another little bit of a secret to this. I'm gonna let that settle down. On that beer bread, part of the secret is just barely turn this stuff over. You don't overmix it. Now we like to add a little more self-rising flour. Didn't get quite enough in there. You want this to just under dough consistency, which you chefs and cooks will know that's runny dough. That's what I call it, runny dough. Just under a dough consistency. And you don't work it very much. That's enough. You just want it sticky and wet. I cook mine in muffin tins. I like the crust that goes on the outside of the biscuit. So it's not really biscuit, it's a beer bread, but I make a muffin biscuit out of it. Take the ice cream scooper. Drop off about that much in each cup. This, if you do 3 cups of flour and little sugar and 1 beer, just about perfectly fit in a 12 muffin tin. like I say, don't get overzealous and overwork your dough. That's where, and this is really simple and really easy and outstanding if you ask me. It's our favorite bread to eat here at the house. So I'm gonna throw this in the oven, bake 375 for about 20 minutes, and it'll be good to go. And that's our beer batter bread.
Well, I'm Rich from the Wild Things Show, Cooking Wild Game, and I'm with Mac Sherman in the South Plains of Texas.
That's correct.
And we have here beer bread and cat fries. Now, this isn't kitty cat fries.
Nope. We have some big cats around here.
Where I come from, this is one of my favorite jokes. This is Rocky Mountain oysters. So I had a lot of Easterners go elk hunting with me, and we'd go out for dinner, and I said, well, you have to have Rocky Mountain oysters while you're here. So I got some guys that won't talk to me anymore because they ate Rocky Mountain oysters. But they're actually quite good.
Oh, they're good. They're really good.
Now that's a real unique batter. That's good.
And we make a sauce for them that's half horseradish and half ketchup, and we dip them in that. I don't have any of that prepared, but that's a really good sauce to go with these. That little beer bread, and that's a meal all in its own.
Yeah, and we have beer bread over here, and he did it in a muffin tin. And I'm with you. I like the extra crust on the beer bread in the muffin tin.
You bet.
You won't believe how great you can cook wild game by watching our professional chefs. Now with 100 plus episodes. For $6, get the best online wild game cooking show you will ever find. Visit www.vimeo.com/on-demand/cookingwildgame. Enjoy!